Hello and welcome to today's video where we're talking about Rule 9, narrow channels. As always, we're going to look at the text of the rule and then apply that in a couple of different situations. So Rule 9, narrow channels. We'll start off straight away with the first paragraph. A vessel proceeding along the course of a narrow channel or fairway shall keep as near to the outer limit of the channel or fairway which lies on her starboard side as is safe and practicable. So this just basically means you stay on the starboard side of the channel. This makes sense if you think of a head-on situation where you've both got to alter to starboard to pass down the port side of each other. So in a narrow channel or fairway, just stick to that starboard side, so then when you're passing other vessels, you will be passing port to port. A vessel of less than 20 meters in length, or a sailing vessel, shall not impede the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate only within a narrow channel or fairway. So this comes back to not impeding, which was Rule 8, I'll link that one up above, and this basically says a short vessel or a sailing vessel shall not impede the passage of a vessel which can only navigate in the channel or fairway. If we go on to paragraph C, it says a vessel engaged in fishing shall not impede the passage of any other vessel navigating within a narrow channel or fairway. So the subtle difference between these two is a fishing vessel shall not impede the passage of any vessel, whereas a vessel of 20 meters or a sailing vessel shall not impede the passage of a vessel which can only be in the channel or fairway. So going back to our diagram with the vessel which can navigate only within a channel or fairway, we have the small vessel approaching and we have a sailing vessel approaching. Both of these must not impede the passage of the vessel in the channel, but they are free to go in the channel. As soon as they're navigating within the channel or fairway, a fishing vessel cannot impede their passage. So the fishing vessel cannot impede the passage of any of the other vessels, but the other two vessels cannot impede the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate only within the channel or fairway. A vessel shall not cross a narrow channel or fairway if such crossing impedes the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate only within such channel or fairway. The latter vessel may use the sound signal prescribed in Rule 34D if in doubt as to the intention of the crossing vessel. So back to our diagram, this time the green vessel is wanting to cross the channel or fairway and the white tanker can safely navigate only within the channel or fairway. The green vessel cannot cross if the crossing impedes the passage of the white vessel, and the white vessel can sound 5 short and rapid blasts if she is unsure as to the intention of the crossing vessel. But remember, Rule 15 will still apply. This can still be a crossing situation. We're talking about do not impede, which goes back to Rule 8, which does not relieve the giveaway vessel of her obligation to keep out of the way. Paragraph E then talks about overtaking. In a narrow channel or fairway, when overtaking can take place only if the vessel to be overtaken has to take action to permit safe passing, the vessel intending to overtake shall indicate her intention by sounding the appropriate signal prescribed in Rule 34C1. The vessel to be overtaken shall, if in agreement, sound the appropriate signal prescribed in Rule 34C2 and take steps to permit safe passing. If in doubt, she may sound the signal prescribed in Rule 34D. And this rule does not relieve the overtaking vessel of her obligation under Rule 13. So regardless of what this rule says, if you're overtaking, you are the giveaway vessel. But you can sound these signals to ask for assistance from the vessel you are overtaking. In this example, we've got that white tanker moving within channel or fairway and a red vessel coming up behind. And the red vessel wants to overtake. If she wanted to go down the starboard side of the tanker, she could sound 2 prolonged blasts followed by 1 short blast to indicate, I intend to overtake you on your starboard side. Likewise, if she wanted to overtake on the port side, it would be 2 prolonged followed by 2 short blasts. For today, we're going to assume that she's going to sound 2 prolonged followed by 1 short blast, so she wants to overtake the tanker on the tanker's starboard side. If the tanker is in agreement, she can sound Morse Charlie. Prolonged, 1 short, 1 prolonged, 1 short blast. If she was not in agreement, she could sound 5 short and rapid blasts. But today she's going to be in agreement, and once in agreement she would take steps to permit safe passing, which would involve moving out to port to allow more space on her starboard side so the red vessel can come up and overtake. Obviously the red vessel is not relieved of her obligation of keeping out of the way, so she's still got to keep out of the way of the tanker until she has finally passed in clear. But this part of the rule allows her to ask for a bit of assistance given that she's in a narrow channel. A vessel nearing a bend or an area of a narrow channel or fairway where other vessels may be obscured by an intervening obstruction shall navigate with particular alertness and caution, and shall sound the appropriate signal prescribed in Rule 34E. So let's take this example, this time the orange area indicating an area that the vessel can't see past, so she does not know if another vessel is approaching. Of course, she's navigating down the starboard side of the channel or fairway, but as she approaches the bend, she needs to sound one prolonged blast. If there was another vessel approaching, she would expect to hear one prolonged blast in reply. This is just giving her an indication there's another vessel there. But in addition, she needs to navigate with particular alertness and caution, given that she cannot see what is round the corner. This bit is kind of common sense anyway. And then the final paragraph just says any vessel shall, if the circumstances of the case admit, avoid anchoring in a narrow channel. Again, this makes sense. Why would you anchor in a narrow channel when that's the only place really that vessels can get through? And that brings us to the end of Rule 9. Hopefully you found the information in this video useful. If you have, thumbs up is always appreciated. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them below. And to stay up to date with all videos that I publish, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.